episode of Time to Process podcast. Woo! With my bestie Tierney here. This is Tierney Shorter. And I'm so nervous, you guys, but this is gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. Okay, quick rundown. Where did Time to Process come from? So I've been doing hair for 20 years. My favorite thing about being behind the chair is chatting with my clients. And Tierney and I could talk and talk and talk. Literally until the cows come home. Okay, so Time to Process is literally just when you sit behind the chair and I put someone's color on. That's like my favorite time to chat with them is when they're processing. So one of my super good friends, Kate, she'll be coming on here soon, came up with the name Time to Process. It's so good. I know I posted this on my social, but she literally was coaching my daughter's softball game. I'm sitting in the stands. And she walked over to me and I was like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? She's like, I've got it. I've got the name. I'm like, name for what?
What are we talking about?
What are you talking about? Anyway, and she was like, Time to Process for the podcast. I'm like, yes, that's it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So
anyway, so good. But yeah, that's the best time to chat is when they're processing in the chair. And so, I don't know. That's my favorite part. I leave the salon all the time, like feeling so, that's what invigorates me. It's like not the hair part, it's the chatting and getting to know people and kind of what like makes them tick, what ticks them off, all that
connection,
yeah.
The actual human connection.
Yes, I love that. Okay, connection. That's exactly the word I was looking for. So anyway, but yeah, so that's the reason. That's why I'm here doing the podcast, and I'm super excited. I'm so nervous.
And there is like no one who can like find your soul and make you talk about things you didn't know you would talk about.
I pulled them right out of you.
Thank Courtney. So you're gonna have some real good information.
I think I'm a good time.
You're a great time.
That's how I feel.
I only spend time with people who are a good time, so that's why we're here. Because you're the best time.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Like really, truly, you guys, Tierney is someone who, anywhere we are, we like end up at the gym together, next to each other on the treadmills. And even if we're like, hey, let's just go get a drink, or let's just like, I have to stop and talk to you for 5 minutes. It's like an hour later, our children are calling us, trying to figure out like where we are, if we've gone missing.
Yeah, they called us search and rescue.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I know. So,
and I think we Marco Polo, and I literally think I talk to you more than chat sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. I 100% talk to you more than my husband. I was like, they don't want to chat with us.
No.
I mean, like, when Aaron goes out of town, he sometimes will, but it's only like if we haven't talked for a couple of days.
A while.
Yeah. Then it's like, oh, let's like get the rundown, like what's going on. But most of the time then too, it's like, I don't know. I'm just doing like kids stuff.
Yes.
I'm running around, or I've been at work, or I don't know. I'm like unloading the dishwasher for the 57th time.
Or cleaning dinner for the 85th time.
Yeah. Why do they always have to eat?
Always.
Always. Yes. I know. So anyway, that's Tierney. Quick rundown of who she is. She lives in our neighborhood.
You have to do your top 5 favorite things.
Oh, I think I'll do them after.
Or you want to do it after?
Yeah. Let's introduce you first.
Okay,
no,
sorry.
It's totally fine. Sorry. We'll introduce you first because I want you to help with the 5 favorite things.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so, gosh, how long ago was that? 4 years ago?
Yeah, it would have been, I think I came to Bunko for the first time like 5 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. No, because it was after I had Mace. Mason, right?
Okay, yes. And Mason just turned 4. Yeah. Oh my gosh, which is also wild. Okay, so Tierney was like a friend of our friend in our Bunko group, and then she ended up moving into our neighborhood, which she like kind of was on the outskirts of our neighborhood to begin with, but then she moved into our neighborhood. She has since moved out of our neighborhood, still kind of on the outskirts.
It's the best neighborhood.
I know. Our neighborhood is literally the greatest in the entire world, and I will never leave. At least until my kids graduate. That's my plan.
I don't think you should leave.
I know. I love it.
I'll be back.
Yes, you will. We're just waiting for the right place to open up. Our single guys down the street.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't listen.
I
We're not
know.
trying to kill you off.
But Tierney is actually a woman of many talents. But she has a fashion page, you guys, on Instagram that she does very, very well. She has tons of followers, but she also puts together the cutest stuff, which obviously you can see. Sweet hat, striped shirt, Bermuda shorts, slides. I love.
We keep it real realistic.
Yes, I know, but it's like really is like the perfect like mom clothes that makes you feel like you're still like in fashion. I feel like that's such like a hard line right now of like being 40. Because I'm like, I want to be fashionable and I want to see like what's coming down the runway and like what's hot for like fall 2024. But then I'm like, I'm a mom.
Yeah.
And I don't want to embarrass my children.
I don't want to be half naked.
Yes, I'm like, yes, exactly. I'm like, I need to cover up. And so it's like, okay, how do I do the fashion that's in style, but make it like mom approved, I guess, if you will.
And appropriate,
Yeah,
right?
and
like,
appropriate.
and not look like you're trying to dress like their friends.
Yes.
Yes. And that is my whole goal, because I feel like for me too, same. I mean, my kids are younger, but as I get older, which is every year, I want to stay with the trends. I want to be like looking cute, but I also like want to look age appropriate. And I know that we're not the only ones with this struggle. So that is what I really try to focus on, is like mom friendly, affordable, but like quality. So not just cheap.
Yes, you do have great quality pieces. I agree with you.
And I feel like that's why like we have such a good community, is because like there's trust there, right?
Yes.
I'm not just trying to like
you're not trying to sell them something.
No, I'm like, this is a pair of jeans that will make your butt look really, really good. So you need it.
And we need that after we've had kids.
Yes, we do. See, I get the problems. There are real problems.
There is real problems.
problems.
100%, because I have like zero butt now. I've had kids.
Everything is
never had one
wider.
before, but yeah, I'm like, it's not great unless with a great pair of jeans. Like the wedgie Levi's.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I know, and the new ones you just tried on.
They're stretchy.
I'm excited.
Like,
I
Levi's,
totally saw it.
this is the hard thing about Levi's. Sometimes they're not comfortable.
Oh, and they're not stretchy at all. Like,
At
I felt
all.
like I couldn't wear them forever because I couldn't figure out my sizing.
Yes.
And then I felt dumb, and I was like, I'm never trying these jeans on ever again.
We're done with Levi's.
Yes.
No, but these ones, I actually saw them somewhere. Maybe it was Pinterest or I don't know. Like, and then I was like, there's no way they're actually going to look good or actually be stretchy, because that's another thing.
Yes. Sometimes they say they are, and they're
and you get them on, and you're like, either this person hasn't had kids, so they don't know what stretchy is, or they like to be. Like, they like to be.
Both things lie.
Yes.
I know. I
But
totally agree.
they came in the mail. I like ripped them out of the package, and they were fantastic.
So good.
And
Well, I love that you turned around on the video and showed your butt.
I had to show them.
I know, but I feel like that was like, okay, I buy them. I buy them. Like, they were so good.
Because I have a real mom butt, and so I can show you, like, look, guys.
Yeah, no, it like really lifts. It really does. Like, they are so good.
Yes. So
okay, so you've been, I mean, how long has it been since you've had your page now?
Okay, well, so I mean, just to backtrack a little bit,
Yes.
before that,
Oh yes, that's right. Okay.
I had a reading page, and even before that, I helped my sister like start her Instagram page, and then I worked for like a marketing for a few months agency, and it was like, I feel like it was one of those jobs that Heavenly Father placed in my life, because I learned so much.
Yes.
And it was from like an actual professional. And so, I don't know, I just got a lot of insights and learned so much in such a short amount of time. And then Mason got really sick. And so it kind of put that on pause. And then as he was coming out of it, I felt like I should start this reading page, because I'm a teacher.
Oh yes, she's a teacher also by
I'm
trade.
a teacher.
Woman of many talents.
Yeah, but crazy woman. But and like, it's just always something that's been really important to me.
Yeah.
And then and even before that, I guess, like right when we got back from law school, I started a page called Top Tier Must-Haves. I don't know if I've ever told you that, with one of my really good friends from Lubbock.
Oh,
and it was just kind of like our favorite things.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, like we just like kind of stopped doing it. Like life was busy. We had little kids,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
looking
And
back.
that was really crazy for you right now because that was before you even had Mason, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't even pregnant. And so it was just like such a busy time, and we could like kind of stop doing that. Well, we did stop doing that. And then I didn't do anything with the page for a while and I like wish I would have kept it because looking back, like the people that started then are the people now that have like hundreds of thousands of followers, you know? But it was such a new thing. Like there wasn't as many influencers, if you will. But so then, sorry that I'm making this story very long because that's all I know.
That's okay. We love a long story.
And so, anywho, like I think Mason was getting better. I was like, I'm gonna start back up this reading page. I was doing it, having so much fun. I was very passionate about it.
Well, and the reading page is essentially like you did multiple things on that though. It was like your favorite books, but then also reading programs, right? Like
I would share some of them. Yeah, and just like tips for moms to like be able to help their kids like
learn to read.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Because there is a lot of things you learn when you go to school to be a teacher, you know, that you don't know if you never have.
Yeah,
so I would just again try to make it like easy and practical for moms.
Yes.
And that was great and I loved it. But like something people would ask a lot is like, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Or like, hey, where'd you get those pants? Or
because your butt looks so good.
I mean, I wasn't showing them my butt, but they were asking. And so I kind of started sharing more clothes just like in my stories. I would just, share a link or whatever. And then I was like, these are the links that are like, I mean, to be honest, making money. Like I was like, people are like buying clothes when I share them.
Yeah.
So I think it was right after Christmas. It would have been 2 years ago. I was like to Chad, so I think I'm going to start a clothing Instagram page. And he was like, what? Well, no, he said, are you serious? I was like,
I am very serious. Very serious.
I was like, yeah. But I also was so nervous because I like don't even think I had a selfie at that point in time.
No. Like I was having a hard time even finding stuff to put on my social media page because I was like, I don't take pictures of myself.
Yes.
That's like just not who I am.
Yes. And it was also kind of like, okay, like fashion bloggers like go out in the middle of the street and like take pictures in their stilettos. And like, I don't wear stilettos and I don't have anyone to take my picture in the middle of the street. So anyways,
also, there are cars in the middle of the street. That's what I don't understand.
Where are these streets with those cars?
Where are the streets with no cars? Like all of these things that come out from these influencers, I'm like, do you have a street in your backyard?
Yeah.
Like seriously, where? Like when we were in Florida, there was literally people. I'm like, okay, I know this is like not a busy road, but like they would go out there for like 10 seconds and then have to like run back because there was a car coming. I'm like, and don't you feel silly? Like I think I would feel so weird.
Yes.
Anyway,
that's influencers in the wild, right? Like
I love that thing.
World. Very fast. I do too.
It's hilarious.
I know. Anyways, but I was like very out of my comfort zone because I was like, people are gonna think I'm so weird, like so like self-absorbed. I don't know, because like in order to show your outfit, you have to show yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Where the reading page, I didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like the focus was the books.
You can kind of be like behind the books, really.
Yeah.
Hey, that would be a good name. That is a good name, behind the books.
Anyone wanting to start a reading page? There you go. Name it.
For all of your creative needs.
We also have a branding agency.
Yes.
No. Just kidding. Anyway, so I just I didn't share anything for a while. I just had this idea.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then I would be like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then I just started and I started sharing and I didn't tell anybody. I just was like, hopefully only strangers follow me because I would rather have
didn't want people to know.
a million strangers than like 10 people I knew know that I was doing this.
Totally.
It's like easier. I don't know why. And so that kind of went for a few months and I was just like figuring things out again, figuring how to like look normal on the camera and like, do you smile? Do you not smile? Do you?
And I feel like all the things like, how do you record and like, what's the best lighting? And like, there's actually so much to learn and to find out when you're doing anything social media related.
Oh, so much. And you don't realize, like, you're like, oh, that's like an 8-second reel. How hard could it be?
It's very hard.
The person behind the camera took an hour and a half to make you that
8-second reel.
Like, it's true. And so, and you want to do a good job. But
because what's the point of doing it? Like, if you're not going to do it and do it in a way that people are going to respond, then you're kind of just wasting your time.
Exactly. And we don't have time for that.
Yeah.
We don't have time to waste our time. So
we have things to
do.
do.
We are important. We have a lot to do. No, we have children. That's
yes.
what we have.
Yes, we do. We have children. Yes. Places to be.
Yes.
All the things.
Anyway, so I just started sharing and like it kind of caught on and people I knew did start finding out. But they would be like, hey, you didn't tell me you have like a clothing page. I was like, oh yeah. Just like this little thing I do, you know. But it just, I feel like about like 6 months ago, it really started catching, and it's because like over the last, because it's been just over 2 years, which is a long time.
You would have, well, yeah, I mean like 2.5.
I feel like I feel like I really started taking it seriously and like, okay, I'm gonna treat this as if it is a job. 6-7 months ago. And that's when I feel like it started. I mean, obviously I was doing stuff for it before, but I guess I wasn't trying so hard, you know? Yeah. And I was like, no, like, I'm going to like go full in with this. And I feel like I've really just like learned who my people are and what they need. And so that's like moms over 30. That's what I've learned. Like, I'm not going for the 18-year-old. And
I'm for sure a mom over 30.
I am for sure there.
Which is also so wild. Every time I think that, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I feel like 25 still.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
I've told you.
How have I gotten here?
When I told the person I was 21.
Oh, yes.
Like, I literally was 26, you guys. And the person's like, how old are you? Yeah, this is almost 10 years ago. I was like, I'm 21. And I just like said it, and then I like my brain was like, no, you're not. And I was like, ugh. And then I felt so stupid because I'm like, what?
I know you're like, how could you off by 5 years too? Like it's like, oh, I don't know, by like 38, 39, 40, you know, somewhere in there. But if you're like 26 to 21, that's a big discrepancy.
That's a big difference. And so then I was like, actually, I just told you the completely wrong age, and I don't know why I did it. Yeah, I wasn't trying to lie. I just.
I feel like I'm 21. I just feel like I agree with you.
So
I often feel that way. And especially it's the best when I'm like, oh, we're like the same age, right? I'm like talking to somebody or like to a client and they're like, I'm like, how old are you? And they're like, 28. I'm like, oh, I'm not even close to that. Actually, I'm like 12 years older than you. Perfect.
Oh, I'm a decade older than you.
Oh my gosh. That's the worst, because then I'm like, what am I thinking? In my freaking brain that I think I'm like anywhere close to that
age. And they're probably thinking we're psychotic. Yeah. And we're like, no, like we're the same.
They're probably like, no, I'm way younger than you. Like way younger.
Yeah. Nope. Oh my gosh, I love it. We feel that way.
Okay, so anyway, see why I wanted you to be my first freaking guest?
Because I take up so much time. That one story.
No, because you are a wealth of knowledge for so many things, besides the fact that like I feel like your fashion stuff is so good. You're really crazy creative. Because really, like, you guys, she's been huge, like literally like the number one, like I've asked you a million questions, all the things. It's been amazing. And
I'm so glad, because also, like, you don't get to talk about this stuff a lot when you're doing it, because not a lot of people
know. And I totally agree with you, like when you even said like you were starting your page, because I feel like a lot of times, like when I said it, people have been like, oh my gosh, that's like so cool, it's gonna be so fun and you're gonna be so good at it. But when it comes down to like the nitty gritty and like behind the scenes, I'm like kind of feel stupid. Yeah. Like asking people like, what's the best freaking light? Yeah. Because I've never used one and I look like a fool and I've never recorded myself doing anything ever. Like literally ever. I don't know. It just
that's why you have
interesting.
Me. I don't know. I can be your ring light girl.
Thank you so much. Really. I mean, you were my ring light girl. You literally sent me the link. I don't know. But see, clearly we can get off topic very quickly, but we can chat and chat and chat. So I want to get into I'm going to do a segment every single week with my favorite things, because how many times have you been invited to a favorite things party? And I feel like in theory, you always have kind of a list of things like, oh, I love this, I can't live without it, or whatever. But then as soon as someone says like, hey, we're going to do a favorite things party, you're like, yeah.
I'm always like picturing best things to bring to a favorite things party.
I know, and you're like, I don't even use that, so it's clearly not my favorite thing.
But I'm going to tell them it is
because they said, yeah, and it's $20. Yeah. I know. Yes. And so I was talking to one of my girlfriends that does my lashes, Haley. She will also be on the podcast at some point. But because she is one who, we always talk about this. Our high school girlfriends, we do a favorite things party every single year.
Love it.
Usually around, I want to say it's like January. I think we did it last year in like September. But anyway, we literally do it every year. And she is one who every year is like, I have no idea what to bring. I'm like, I feel like throughout the year though, Haley, you tell me about so many things that are like now my absolute favorite things.
Yes.
In fact, she brought, I think I gave one away at Bunko, that chopper.
The veggie chopper?
Yes, but you like, okay, so it's like in a bowl, there's a thing inside of it. Yes, and you pull it.
Yes.
And it's like a lawnmower. Like, so the lid just twists on, the top of it you like lift off and you pull it like a lawnmower. It literally has changed my life.
And those are our favorite.
And those are our favorite things because one, I freaking hate cooking. We've talked about this, but it's like a game changer with onions because then you're like not crying. Like there's so many things I put in it, or broccoli. Like when you do like a broccoli cheese soup and you have to get the broccoli like so tiny.
You put that in there.
Yeah, because you think about chopping broccoli so miserable and it gets everywhere and it sticks to the knife.
Yes.
Anyway, so that is kind of where the segment came from. Because I was like, all right, listen, we are going to talk about this because I do feel like every single year you get to that point and you're like, I can't think of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do my top 5 favorite things from every single week. Some of them may be repetitive only because it's something I use all the time.
Because it's a real favorite
thing. Yeah, because it's a real favorite thing. Yeah. But so I've like been making a list because, you know, I make lists. That's what I do. I'm a list maker.
Our favorite thing parties are going to be Balm this year.
With
all, it's gonna be
and I feel like this too. I feel like people need to write in. I need you to write in and tell me like what your favorite things are too. And like come to me if you have questions. Because I always have a running list. Always. I know. Okay. So quickly, my favorite things of the week. Okay, so I love Tarte anyway. We've talked about this a million times.
Like
I do.
Tarte queen.
Yeah, but like I think it's because I did makeup for so long and it's all organic, so it works with everyone's skin type. So when I was like doing brides and stuff, it was like I could just use it on everyone, and I wasn't concerned that it was going to be like, I don't know, give someone an allergic reaction, or if it was going to be like too dry or too oily or like anything like that. I don't know, just like it felt good all the time
on all the skin.
Okay, but I just barely started, in fact, not just barely, I've had it for like a month. I think I have 2 more days left of it. But it's the Tarte Maracuja, I think is how you say it, Maracuja Moisturizer. It's like the C tightener, like the letter C, tighter, something like that. It is a dream.
I mean, your skin does look top.
Thick, like so thick. But it's like thick in a way that like when you put it on, you're like glowing in a good way, not like you slathered yourself in Aquaphor, you know? Because you know how like they talk about the oh my gosh, what's it called? They do it with that snail stuff.
I have that.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, we need to talk about that. Oh my gosh, what's it called? It's called like sliding or sleuthing or
I
oh my gosh, what is it called? Okay, give me a second. It'll come to me.
It'll come.
But yeah, it just like looks like dewy and healthy and not like you just slathered your face.
I love
right?
Like
okay, so like
your mom's Aquaphor bottle.
Yes, and like because you know a lot of times if you do a really heavy moisturizer and then you put your makeup on, it kind of slides off.
Oh, totally.
Like it's not good for any of the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the other thing which is I'll just say this for next, for my second favorite thing is, especially because it's, summer right now, is I'm using a tinted SPF. like a tinted sunscreen.
Yes.
Did you ever get that Colorscience one?
No.
Okay, it's so good.
I'm ordering it tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's still in a cart. So
Probably.
I'll save it for later
Probably.
somewhere. I need to go do that.
I know, but that's why. So, because it's like not a moisturizer, it's obviously a sunscreen, but it's tinted. So I put that Tarte moisturizer on, and I can still do the SPF, which, did you know that if it has SPF in it, it makes it more shiny no matter what because of the SPF?
No, but I'm all about that shine.
Yes, I know, and I love it too because I feel like it makes you look alive.
Yes! Because we're moms!
I know, and I'm like, oh, I don't look dead.
There's that healthy glow.
Yes, not that I have any selfies to prove it, but I look at
But
the
you
mirror.
will.
Yes, but I will. I know. Okay, so my second favorite is Colorscience. I know that everyone got crazy about it this year because of TikTok, or so I've heard. I'm not on TikTok, but I will be at some point. But it's actually been around forever.
I know, that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I came across, there's a girl that I follow on Instagram, but I've followed her forever, on her blog.
Okay.
I mean, literally for 12 years. Her name is Courtney Kerr Noonan. Now she just got married in the last couple of years or a year ago or something. And she's 40. So I love that too because we're always the same age. Yeah, but she's no, you guys, this has literally been around forever. It's so good. And anyway, I will put a link to whoever wants it, but it is phenomenal. And the SPF, I think, is 50 or 55.
That's amazing.
Which is hard to get with any tinted moisturizer or anything like that.
Yeah, I think mine's 20.
No, that's what I mean. I think the highest I've ever gotten. In fact, I just got it. I got another moisturizer that actually has SPF in it too from Philosophy, but I've only used it once, and it was a dream as well. So it may be on my favorite things list in a couple weeks, but yeah, most of them you can't get that high of SPF.
Yeah, no.
Even the Ulta MD. Have you ever tried that one?
No, but my mom does that. I think my mom does that one.
Yeah,
and I've heard.
Yeah, and I love that one too. But I actually feel because the Colorscience one goes on white and then gets tinted, that it matches my skin color better.
Okay.
Because I feel the Ulta MD is already tinted, and if it doesn't match your color perfectly, it doesn't. It's hard. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I felt I'd have to add some bronzer or concealer, something to kind of
make your face
add to
match.
it. Yes, add to it. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So so that is my second favorite thing. Okay, third favorite. I love the sun. Obviously, I'm talking about SPF. This is another sunscreen, but as much as I know I shouldn't, I love to lay out in the sun. I do try and cover my face or make sure I have 50 on it. But Hawaiian Tropic has it smells amazing, smells like the beach, coconut, the whole works. And it is a moisturizer, but it's sunscreen. So it's a hydrated, because sometimes sunscreen can kind of dry you out too.
Oh, absolutely.
And I have gotten smarter though in my old age where I'm not using oils anymore. I'm just using sunscreen to get that nice glow. But so this is a 30 SPF, but it's just a moisturizer SPF. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's, again, I'll link it because it's so good. And I think even on Amazon, you can get 2 bottles for $18. So it's $9 a bottle. But then I feel too, if I am laying out or at the pool, you know how sometimes too you come home and you're I feel disgusting. I feel I have to shower immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And so this doesn't feel like that at all.
Nice.
Because it just feels like you put lotion on.
It.
I know. So it's good.
I'm gonna be having a full Amazon cart.
I know. That's the other problem though about favorite things is don't you leave the parties and you're fantastic.
Yeah.
Now I have 20 things that I want to order because I want every single thing that everybody else just brought to the party.
I just got $500 for it.
Perfect. I know. Exactly. I know. I was you've got to stop going to these parties.
Look how good I look.
I know.
Why are they
exactly.
such a good thing?
It's a great thing, actually. It's a great thing. Okay. Number 4, Cozy Earth sheets.
Oh, I need new sheets. Do you love
Did you know that they're local?
Yes, I did. You should have them. Cozy Earth, you need to sponsor her.
I know. Cozy Earth. Listen. And
Reach
there's
out.
actually a girl that lives in our neighborhood who her uncle's the owner. Her name's Avery Miller. I don't know her very well. She's had a baby, so I don't see her very often. But anyway, so I actually had run into her because, so I've followed Cozy Earth for a long time. Erin got me the pajamas probably 3 years ago because they were on Oprah's favorite things list.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And everyone was obsessed with them.
Yes, because they're so soft.
But they are so expensive. Like, I think they were $200 for the pair of pajamas.
No, I mean, Oprah, yeah.
So when I opened them on Christmas Eve, I knew exactly what they were, but I was like, I'm not wearing these. They are $200.
I am not Oprah.
Yes, I know. And I'm like, I don't wear these pajamas to bed for $200.
And then you put them on.
And then I put them on, and I was like, these are totally worth every penny.
I actually don't want you to send them back.
Yes. Oh my gosh, no, 100%.
That is amazing.
Okay, so I followed them forever. And just like, okay, I gotta find some sales, like something, because I want another pair of these pajamas. Well, then last year, it had to have been in December, because I got an email from them saying they were having a warehouse sale.
Oh.
And it said it was in Vineyard. And I'm like,
I can do that.
Wait, what? That's literally 15, 20 minutes from me. So I went to the warehouse sale, spent literally $500. But with that $500, I got an entire set of king sheets. I got like 3 more pairs of pajamas, like another pair of lounge pants. I got like a blanket. I mean, I literally got so much stuff for $500. So we're gonna have to go this year because I need another. And now, like I usually have a couple pairs of sheets that I'll like. Because you know how annoying it is to like take them off and wash them and then like put them back on the same day.
Absolutely.
And so I would always just like have an extra pair. Yeah, nope, not anymore.
I
literally washed them in the same day and I put them on the same day because they're absolutely worth it. They are an absolute dream.
Are they like soft?
They are so soft. They're bamboo something or other.
Okay. Bamboo.
I don't know. But I can't even tell you the difference. And I feel like I bought like Pottery Barn and like nice sheets for a long time. Okay. These blow everything out of the water. So full price, they're crazy expensive. But if you can get them on a good sale, which I've even seen like 40% off sales in the last few months, they're 100% worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Or when we go to the warehouse sale. Because we love a good deal too.
Yes, we do.
Okay, and then very last, I love that you said Pinterest because that's my favorite thing. You guys, I'm so nerdy. I know I'm so nerdy, but like I find recipes on Pinterest still. I constantly, like anytime I'm going out with like girlfriends or anything, I will get on Pinterest and just look up like summer fashion 2024 or like white button up t-shirts or like white button up outfits or like Bermuda short outfits. And obviously I go to your page a lot too, but I don't know. I seriously find so much stuff and like family pictures I'm putting outfits together for, or like haircuts, especially, and like hair stuff. It's just so funny. Like, I feel like I tell a lot of people that like I love Pinterest and I do so much with Pinterest, and they're like, really? I haven't been on Pinterest in months or years or any of that. And I'm like, I literally look at it every day. And
you know what's funny too? Because I kind of thought Pinterest was a thing of the past.
Yeah.
But I was listening to this like marketing thing, and they said Pinterest is actually one of the #1 search engines.
Oh my gosh. And
like,
that's the other thing that's crazy is I feel like too, maybe you should like start like posting your things on there too, like your reels, because most everything now, I don't even know how it's done or whatever, but like I can click on the picture of the outfit that I love, and there's like something you can click at the bottom and it'll bring up where every single thing has a link.
Yes, I've done that before, and it's so convenient.
It's so convenient.
So convenient.
Yeah, except that then I click on these boots I'm obsessed with.
They're $575,
and I'm like, okay, so let's do something on a budget.
So then we go to Google and put it in and find something similar.
Exactly. Which you can also do on Pinterest too. I didn't know that. And then so you can like click on the boots and it will literally bring up everything else just like a Google search.
I love it. See?
Obsessed. I know.
People need to be on Pinterest.
For real.
I need to hire someone if you know a lot about Pinterest.
You know, and that's the thing too, is I feel like I don't know a lot about it. I'm very basic. Like I just search, I add things to my list. I mean, that's where I like find all my nail art, like inspiration stuff. Cause I'll just look up, they do look so good, that's Kate.
Shout out to Kate.
Shout out to Kate. She's coming on soon as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just like use it all the time. Yeah.
I love it.
So freaking start using Pinterest, you guys.
I already have it on my phone. I have the app on my phone.
Yes.
And I can vouch she loves it because when we did our photo shoot, you started a Pinterest
Oh
board.
my gosh, yes. That's what I'm saying. Like anytime I've done, and I even have like from family pictures, probably like for the last 5 years, I have like
you're like palette?
Yeah. Like what is that called? Like a Pinterest board.
Yeah.
Like I literally have like, family pictures 2020, family pictures 2021. Like I literally do it every single year.
I love it.
I know. I think I'm so nuts sometimes.
You're listening.
Oh my gosh. You know what I did this year too? When I was shopping for Gabe, my oldest, I made him a board and shared it with him.
Oh.
Because I feel like when I buy him clothes, sometimes he like doesn't know really how to put them together. And I was like,
you're like,
okay, so I'm
look
gonna
at
need
this
you to
board.
No, literally, he was like, okay, Mom, I feel like that might be a bit much. But I'm like, no, I promise you, like if you go, everything on this board, you have the pieces.
Yeah.
All you have to do is like, oh, okay, I put that shirt with those jeans and those shoes and like that jacket.
I love it.
I know.
So when he came over, did you check on the board? Like, oh
I
yeah, he got it.
I should have. Yes,
Nailed
I
it.
should have. Nailed it.
That is amazing. And I'm gonna start doing that for Chad. That is such a good idea.
Yes, I know.
Because I never know what to buy him either.
Ugh,
because he's so picky. So I feel like I could be like, what do you think about
yes.
these?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's totally.
Very good idea.
I know. So do that because then I feel like too, because Aaron's the same way. He like has a hard time just like putting outfits together. And so sometimes I'm like, hey, look, if this is what you're wanting to wear, again, you just choose one piece, like button up, something or other. Then you just type that in and it's like whatever comes up.
And then you just copy.
Yeah.
I
know.
Love it.
I know.
Love.
So that's my
Those are
top 5 favorite things.
Those were good.
I will link everything that I can. We're going to get that figured out. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet, but either way, like,
I feel like that's
that's a great idea. Yeah, put it in the
comments.
comments. Okay, I'll do that in the comments. But then on like Instagram, I'll have to put it like in my stories or something. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out.
It'll be there.
Tierney's gonna help me figure that out.
Yeah, because I know everything.
You really do know. I know. Oh
Tell
my
my
God.
children that. Tell them that I know everything.
Can we talk about that? I often have to say to my children, "I'm not dumb." That's when I do pull out the age card though. Like I'm 40.
Yeah.
I have been around the block.
How many years?
4 times I've been around the block. I am
literally
not dumb. But I also realized, like, when I was in high school, I totally remember being, like, so stubborn and, like, I thought I knew everything.
Oh.
And especially
100%.
and after college, too. My parents would be like, that's not a good idea. I'm like, I think it's a great idea. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yes. Don't worry. I have often apologized to my mom. I mean, I feel like it's often. Maybe she doesn't think it's often enough. But I've been like, I am so sorry, Mom. Because
put you through.
Yes, put you through absolute hell. I'm really sorry. I was dumb. I had no idea what I was doing. And now we're just like trying to like spare our children from having to like do
so
that.
Much heartache.
I know, so much heartache.
But then also, this is a good like proof to parents of like, today's not forever. Like, look how she turned out. Like, your mom was probably so worried for a while.
I'm sure she was like, she's going to hell in a basket.
She's done.
She's done.
But I mean, seriously, though, because sometimes I
know.
feel like, even with my kids are younger, but I get very fixated on, like, when they're, like, disrespectful or something, you know? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, they're going to be a serial killer. They're going to never have a job. They're going to beat their girlfriend. Like, I don't know. Like, I know. They're going to be,
You
like,
always
that
think, like, worst case scenario. I know. And then you're going to be like, because what am I doing now that's going to eventually turn them one way or another?
Yes.
Yes.
What problems am I giving them that
Yeah.
I'm responsible for?
Or what am I not teaching them that's going to like help them?
Yeah. Especially when they act bad and you're like, no, I didn't like teach you that way. But then you're like, oh wait.
They're still kids.
Child.
And yes, exactly.
And that Chad's always like, okay, reel it back. Like,
but it's hard because I often tell my kids, like, they're like, why do I have to know that? Or why this or that? And I'm like, because I'm just trying to like help you be a good human.
Yes.
Like, that's my end all goal as a mother, right? Is just like, 100%. I need you to be a good person. I need you to be respectful, kind, like service oriented, just all the things that, again, you would hope for your kid.
Yes.
And to like love other people and love Jesus and,
to know he loves them.
Yes.
Right?
Like, I'm like, not too much to ask.
How hard is it? How hard can
that be? I know.
I was just telling Quinn today because we were packing, and I was like, he was not having a great attitude. And maybe I shouldn't like call by name. I don't know.
A
child. Sorry if you listen to this, buddy. You did a great job.
Yeah.
But he was like complaining about it, and then I'm like, babe, this is a life skill. Like, knowing how to pack, you know. Yeah. And then Chad's like, yeah, you have to pack on your mission like 800 times. I was like, see, this is like you're gonna use this one day.
Yes.
I'm not just hounding you for no reason.
But
like,
I also think it's where it's like he is 10 years old.
Yes.
That is totally an age appropriate age to be like, I will tell you the list. Let me write it down for you, and you can get all of the pieces and put it together.
Or this is what you need 7 pair of underwear, right?
Yes.
Like 2 will not suffice for a week. You see the problem, thinking her eyes.
100% got into places, and one of my children, because I'm like, oh, I thought that was plenty.
Oh.
I'm like, that's not even for the amount of nights that we're here.
It's simple math.
Simple math.
Very simple math.
Like you take a bath, a shower every night. Yeah. So you need new underwear every night. We don't do them inside out and backwards. And my kids always joke about that. Like, it's fine, I'll wear them like inside out and backwards and blah, blah. And I'm like, no, please don't ever do. You're like causing me stress thinking that ever would be an option.
Even in your mind.
I know.
Again, setting them up for success. So they're not 22 and inside out and backwards underwear. We can do a serious problem.
Or that I'm still buying their underwear at 22.
Even bigger problem, right? Oh, I know. So there's a question. What is like the number one thing you feel like you need to teach your kids before like graduating, say, to put like an end date on it?
Yeah, like being in your house, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I feel like there's not even like just one thing I could choose.
I know. That was kind of okay.
Because, like a broader spectrum. Because, so we have certain things, and this is like kind of how I grew up as well, but like my kids started doing their own laundry at 12.
Oh, that's
But
good.
like I know other people start their kids doing laundry at 8. And so I'm kind of like, well, I don't know. But my kids always like from an early age are doing like unloading the dishwasher and like, you know, they put their own laundry away even when I am doing it. So all of that. But I guess it just depends because you could compartmentalize it into like life skills, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I need you to learn this before you go out on your own, which I think a huge one would be cleaning, dishes. Like even though I have someone that comes and cleans my house like once or twice a month, my kids still do everything in the interim. Right? You still have to learn to clean a toilet. You still have to like wipe down your countertops and like, again, do dishes and laundry.
Because unfortunately, it doesn't stay clean in that period of time.
No.
Between the cleaner.
It lasts maybe 2 hours.
Ugh.
Oftentimes I'm like, she was just here.
We can't even tell she was here.
2 hours ago. Yes. I'm like, and I have to like do the freaking kitchen floor again. Like this is driving me bonkers.
So true.
So I would say life skills wise, it's all that kind of stuff. Because whether you go on a mission or whether you just go to college, I feel like something I kind of thought about this summer where, because I had done a lot of camps and EFY and stuff like that when I was growing up, is that even when you're like, I mean, so, you know, my daughter went this year, she's 12, stayed at BYU for a week, and she still had to like make sure her space was clean because she had a roommate.
Yeah.
You know, so true. Like even at a young age, depending upon what you're involved in, like you have to put those skills into play.
For sure.
And so I feel like that is a lifelong skill. And it's super annoying when everyone leaves their socks and shoes around and all of that. So I'm just, you know, I'm basically just making sure that they're not annoyed. That their roommates, future roommates or spouses are not annoyed. Yes. And then I think on top of that, on the other side of just like maybe the emotional side of things, that no matter what, I don't care if it's like a religious thing or whatever, but like you're never too far gone.
I love that.
Like, I think you need to always know that. Like, our love is unconditional as parents. Like, we love you no matter what. There's literally, like, no chance that, like, we would ever not love you.
Yeah.
Like nothing would change our minds. So you're like never too far gone.
I love that.
I don't know. I just feel like that's, yeah, I don't know. So then in turn, like what's yours? Because you do have younger kids than I do right now. Like you are still kind of like I feel like I'm in the trenches in other ways. And you're in the trenches of like really basic life skills.
Yes. And I'm still like in control of a lot of their life.
Yeah.
And you have less years than I do, not to scare you.
Yes.
But
I know. I know. This is what I'm telling you. Like, do your laundry.
You only have 4 more summers.
Come on. 4 more summers to learn to do it and put it away in the same day.
Because again, I don't want you here when you're 23
when you're 23. I know.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, I don't know. I feel like so many of the same things that you said. Like, a big one that I am big on too right now with my kids because they are little is like communicating. So when we go to like a restaurant, I make them order.
Yes.
Or like Quade's baptism and Adeline's, like, because, you know, you have people who do the song and the talk, like, I had them actually call them on the phone and say, hey, would you do this for me? Or, you know, like talking to teachers, which they don't do it perfectly, obviously.
Yeah.
And some are more shy than others.
Yes.
So I have to really pry a little more than others.
Prod them along.
Yes, give them gentle nudges, right?
That's a great gentle nudging.
But I don't know. I feel like, so for me, that's been something like heavily on my mind lately, right? Because especially where we live in a world where it's so easy not to communicate or just like
just send a quick text.
Or, you know, like when I hear about people who like are trying to like employ teenagers and they just don't call in or don't show up to work or
even follow up too.
Yes.
Like they use sent in a resume, but you haven't done anything past that. Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
So there's so many, and like just school, right?
Yeah.
Like again, I'm missing 5 assignments. Okay, why? Like what are they? And you need to go like communicate that with your teacher, not just me.
Yes. Because it's not on you to figure that out. That's on them.
Yeah, exactly. So that and like the life skills thing, like totally this summer, I feel like I've been thinking about a lot, and like financial, like how to just like the value of money.
Yes. Oh yes.
Like
they're starting to ask to like go do stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I want to go to the movies or I want to go to the jump place or
every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like we're at the store, like I want this, and this. And it's like, okay, great, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
But
that does look very enticing.
Yeah. And that's like Avery, my favorite. So my 6-year-old, her favorite thing to say is, well, you have $30. Like when I'm like, well, that's $30. Well, you have $30, and then she'll go, don't you? And I'm like, well, yeah, but not.
That's my $30.
Yeah, your $30. Work hard for that $30.
My kids say, I know, but you make so much more money than I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm 40 and a grown adult, but I also pay for everything. I mean, I don't, Erin does, but
yes,
I pay for some.
Like, it's the point, right?
Yeah.
The overarching.
Yeah, totally.
But I remember as a kid, and I mean, I love my mom, and Mom, if you listen to this, you did a wonderful job. But
she did. Her mom's
fantastic. She is literally the best. But I do feel like I didn't have like a great concept of reality when it came to money when I became an adult.
Yeah.
And I like say this all the time, but like the first time that Chad was like, we're going to make a budget. It was like,
what's a budget?
Huh? Like,
and how closely do you have to follow that?
So like, is this like to the dollar?
Is this negotiable?
Yeah. It's not. So yeah, it was a struggle. Like I think that was like a big struggle in coming to adulthood, was like figuring that out, so.
And I was the complete opposite, where I had to pay for everything.
Oh, see.
Like anything I wanted, I had to pay for. And we were actually even talking about it as siblings the other night, and it was where like we basically didn't even really ask anymore because we just knew the answer was no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, hey mom, can you help me with this? Like my kids are constantly like, well, if I do chores next week, will you give me $10? And I'm like, no, like do the chore first, then I'll give you $10. But like for my parents, it just wasn't even an option for them, and so it wasn't even an option for us to ask.
And they set those boundaries.
Totally. And I think it was like, we knew like, okay, there was 7 kids. There's like a lot of money going out. Like, it's just, you're on your own. Like if you want something, if you want to play a sport, if you need extra this or extra that, or I mean, I love to shop at a very early age, you know? And I remember, like using my babysitting money to like buy new shoes in junior high and like, I mean, yeah.
That's amazing.
But then you also learn to like get a good deal. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it did teach me like so many other things. Yeah. So I'm trying to instill that in my kids, but I also feel like it's harder now because back then we weren't as busy as kids as our kids are now.
Yeah.
You know?
And things weren't as expensive and things weren't so like accessible either.
Yes. No, you're totally right. Like we can literally click a button and it will be here tomorrow morning on Amazon. Yeah. Yeah, where my kids are like, that's not here yet. I'm like, we ordered it 2 hours ago.
You haven't even had food in the time we ordered that. Yeah, or
listen, you need to have at least one sleep before it will come.
It's not a magic fairy that appears on your
totally. Even though we do feel like they are magic fairies, we're so grateful for our Amazon.
So grateful, and they get
and FedEx and UPS and all the ones.
Go you.
Yes.
Yeah. So life skills, and then saying like you're not so far gone, and just like I literally tell my kids every night, Heavenly Father loves you. Like. Just there is always, even if everyone in your family was gone, right? Like you always have a greater being that is aware of you.
Yeah, and loves you. Totally. I feel like that's huge. I think having a greater power, higher power, like in anything.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, you know that there's somebody that loves you no matter what and unconditionally, but then also knowing like your family's here.
Yes.
Right? Like friends and all the things.
And he'll send those people to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he loves you.
Yeah. I love that. Yes, I do love that. We have a lot of birthday angels.
Yes, we do. So many.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree. That's where, like, I think with the podcast, like, I don't even know. What are we at here?
I know. I'm like, where are we at?
I know. Like, see, like, we could talk and talk and talk. That's where, like, I don't know. I kind of had, like, started writing down some things that, like, I was thinking about, but I really, even when I was saying like at the beginning of this episode, like, that's like my favorite thing is talking to these people and whatever, but like, I genuinely think I have the best people in my life.
Oh, absolutely.
Like between like all of our friends, like you guys, we have the greatest neighborhood, like we said earlier. But we have like the best Funko group. It's so fun. We've been playing. I mean, obviously you joined like 4 or 5 years ago, but like I've been playing since I moved here. So it was like 7 years ago. And I mean, we literally could like send out in our group text, like, hey, can somebody pick up my kid at 7 p.m. tonight from the high school? And somebody could do it. I mean, it's like 100%. It's like having a village of 11 other women. And it doesn't even have to be like a bunko group, right? Like somebody actually said to me the other day, my brother goes, don't you think bunko's like a little 2007?
No.
And I'm like, no, it is so fun. And besides that, we are very competitive.
Oh,
we get real good gifts. Names get called. We are getting real fired up. Real fired up when we play. It is so fun, but I also think it's because we have such genuine friendships, So it's like, again, not that it's like a bunko group, but it's like our group of friends of 12 women is an absolute village.
Oh, 100%.
It's just like even the other night at bunko, I was talking to Rihanna and I was saying something about like how crazy my next week was going to be because Erin's out of town and I'm leaving to St. George too. And I was like, I just like got to figure out. And I'm like, I think I'm going to ask like Emma Roundy if she can help with my kids, like drive them around or whatever. And she's like, I know, but like any one of us could help too. Yeah. And I'm like, see,
it's so true.
It's like, I don't know. And then just everyone that I am genuinely not shocked because I know that I have such good people around me, but like how much support I've gotten for the podcast.
Because everyone's like, duh, you were made to do that.
Well,
why are you just starting
there? I just started because you don't stop talking. Perfect. I know though, again, we also talked about this as siblings the other night, that I can be too much sometimes. Like my oldest brother was like, I know I can be too much. I'm like, me too.
But we know.
I know. Yes, I know. We are totally extra. But yeah, like I don't know. I just like, I'm blown away. I'm so excited to have the support because I feel like it is boosting me to not be so scared.
For sure.
Right? To like feel like, okay, maybe I can do this.
Yes.
I don't know. It does still feel so scary, but
no,
I'm excited. And I feel like I have so many people. Like, you guys, my list is like a mile long of who I want to come on the podcast. I ask people every day. And they're like,
so we just met.
Are you sure? Yeah. No, 100%. I know. I'm like, and clients too. I'm like, will you come to my house and be on my podcast? They're like, I don't know if I want to like step over that boundary.
I'm in this chair.
Yeah, I'm in this chair. I don't want to
Actually,
be in your chair. Yes, I know.
Funny.
Yes.
But also, guys, like, I feel like these types of things, right, are you're going to inspire someone to do something really scary. And I feel like when you do it, and like, obviously, there's always going to be like those people who are like, wait, what? Or maybe don't love it, or you're too extra for it, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's going to be so many more people that like encourage and push you and that pop out of the woodworks, like to help you or be on it. It will. Oh, it will. And so
I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm a genuine person. I feel like I can get along with anyone. I love talking to people just in general. Like, I feel like I literally can sit down and talk to anyone and like learn their life story.
Yeah. And then by that, you learn things, right?
Yes.
Which is why you listeners are going to be so lucky, because there's always like things you can learn from stuff people say.
And I feel like that's exactly it, is that I constantly come home and I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so and I were talking about this today at the salon. And my husband's like, you were talking about that? He's like, how did you get to that conversation? I'm like, I don't know. One thing led to another. Why do you need to know the beginning part of it? Let me just tell you what I'm talking about.
You're like,
but it's true. Yeah. Like 100%. Yes, it's the time to process. That's when we're getting all filled in. But yes, it is just, I'm constantly, well, we always talk, right? That like wisdom is power. Knowledge is power, like all along those lines. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, I don't know, it like changes who you are on a daily basis. That's why I say follow along, listen to my podcast, because it's going to change your life.
Well, it is. It's for the better. Like,
I really hope so. Yes. But anyway, so if you learn anything from this first podcast, first of all, go follow Tierney, because she will also change your life. She is the most fun, has the cutest clothes and like shoes. Oh my gosh, it's the Nordstrom anniversary sale today. Like what?
We didn't even talk about it.
We didn't even, oh my gosh. I was on there for freaking 5 seconds this morning and I'm like, add to cart. It's so good, and I only look through shoes.
I love the shoes are there. I feel like shoes, and there's quite a few jeans this year that are.
Okay, I haven't looked at the jeans yet.
They're good. But
so
this is the thing, is some are already selling out.
Oh my gosh.
But this is another thing, and a little tip for listeners. Well, this might not come out until it's over, but in years past, things start to like trickle back in stock. So if there's something you really
like
want,
towards the end,
add it to your wish list. Okay. Or like if it won't let you add it, because sometimes if it's sold out, I would just like screenshot it and literally just like keep checking back.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Because people send stuff back, or they'll randomly like restock certain things. Okay. Or even if you have a store near you, there was this coat I really wanted one year, and it said it was out of stock everywhere, and I went in and found it in store. And I asked the girl, I'm like, it said it was out of stock in like this location. She was like, yeah, but like it's not always perfect.
Well, you think about it, it's like human error. You have to know, like, okay, well, somebody, or they could have literally returned it 20 minutes ago, and you just happened to walk in.
And my guardian angels were like,
I'm like, when that happens, I'm like, oh my, this was literally meant for me. I have to buy it.
Yes.
I can't not buy it.
I'll lose money if I don't buy it.
Girl math.
Yes. I always tell Chad, which like some people might not know about tithing, but anything like that, I'm like, tithing blessing.
Yes.
Like, wow. Okay.
That's pushing it. But, well, and I have to add this in here too, because we have talked about this too, about like our shopping and our budget and our, we love getting a deal. But I had a good friend years ago. I mean, we're like still friends to this day, Candace, if you're listening, but her and her sister always did, it's $1 a use.
Oh, I love that. Yes, cost per wear. Yes.
And I'm like, Kate, depending upon what it is, because it really does help you to like go through like when you're shopping, because I often am like, there's no way I'm going to wear that 55 times. Yes. Like a shirt that's like, it'll probably be, terrible after a few washes or, whatever
Or
it
out
is.
of style.
Yes,
in
we're
2
out of
years.
style.
Yeah.
Because very much so, I'm like that. Like we love jeans.
So.
Oh my gosh, jeans. I don't know what is with jeans. I love them so much. It's the one thing I buy all the time. All the time. In every style. I mean, even right now, I think I probably have 35 pairs of jeans.
Oh, I don't even want to count.
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
Yes.
I helped you move. But I was like, this is a dream.
A jean dream.
A jean dream. Yes. She has so many good ones. Oh, and here's an extra plug too. The way you fold and hang your jeans.
Oh,
On the hangers. That changed my life. It changed the entire aesthetic of my closet.
Oh, absolutely. I actually can't take full credit. I learned it from Kaylee Wright. You follow Kaylee Wright?
Oh, I do follow Kaylee Wright.
I love her. Maybe she'll listen to this one day. But
perfect.
I started doing it, and at first Chad was like, "What are you doing?" I feel like he does that with a lot of my ideas. He is the most supportive person, but I come up with some weird things. But
they just need to have a minute.
Just a minute.
Aaron's the same way.
They need time to process.
They need to. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. No, that's 100%. He absolutely needs time to process.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, you."
Yeah,
are
that
genius.
makes sense.
That's why I
Okay.
married you.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyways, no, it is so good. Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
It changes everything.
Yes.
Okay,
where was I even going with that now? See, I lost my squirrel.
We love jeans.
We love jeans. About the cost per wear.
Oh, yes.
Because a lot of times, jeans can be crazy expensive, but I'm like, hey, I would be willing to spend the money if I knew that it would be in style for at least a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Because even if I wear, in the summer I don't wear jeans as much, but in the winter I literally wear them 6 days a week.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm definitely getting my use out of them, but I want to make sure that I'm wearing them enough and that they're in style and all of that.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Which, the stretchy Levi's?
Yes.
They're going to be in style. Those are some of those jeans
sure.
that it's just
they're always in style.
They're always
Because are they a straight leg?
Pretty much.
Okay.
They're considered wide leg, but I wouldn't call them wide leg. I would say more straight.
They're a little more than a straight.
Yeah, they come out, but they are.
Okay. They're so good.
So
I'm gonna go and order them.
Yeah.
Did you get them through Amazon?
$38.
On Amazon?
38. Yes. They're 52% off right now.
That's basically free.
I'm telling you, the cost per wear is gonna be pennies.
Because even if you do, every now and again that I'll be like, okay, even if it's $2 a wear, not $1, then it's still $2. That's highway robbery.
Yes. You can't even get that dull in the DI.
No, and $2 a wear per day. I wear my jeans for 12, 14 hours a day.
Oh, at least.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you get dressed in the morning, go to the salon, and I literally don't take them off till 11 p.m.
Yeah, because we have children.
And
we run them everywhere, which we love. Which we're so grateful.
Yes, we love. Yes, we love, and we need good jeans to make sure we're always looking good.
Yes. But I will say too, as a plug for the Nordstrom sale, that's why it's a good time to get staples.
More high end.
Yes. I got a leather bomber 3 years ago, and it was $150, and I was kind of ugh. I wear it all the time, and I feel good when I wear it, and I always get compliments.
Yes.
It's one of those pieces that it's really not going to go out of style.
No.
And
it will come back. Even if it does, it's one of those pieces that you literally just keep for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Our Doc Martens that I literally threw away 8 years ago, and then they came back in style 4 years ago, or whatever. It was, oh my gosh, it makes me sick. I think about it all the time.
Did you know I remember my first pair of Doc Martens? I cried.
Oh. When you bought them?
See,
and I had to buy my own, and I remember them being on sale, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can afford them! I couldn't believe it! Yes.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember they were kind of too small. I was like, I will make them work.
Like Cinderella?
Yes, like Cinderella.
Like
my toes are a tiny pinch, but I knew that they're leather, they're gonna stretch. I will make them work. 100%.
We will do whatever it takes.
I know. I'm pretty sure I wore Doc Martens. This is just an outfit I'm thinking about. We went to nationals for cheer my senior year, and I was wearing this red Abercrombie tank top.
Oh, you were looking good.
Gap jeans, kind of wide leg, like a little bit flare with these like, they were the, not mule, what is it? Like closed toed, but like had a strap on the back. So they were like kind of sandals, but like kind of a,
I know
like
exactly.
kind of like my Birkenstocks now that have the toe covered.
Oh yes.
I know, those are I love those.
Yeah, so you were basically wearing what the high schoolers would wear now.
Absolutely. Yes, you guys.
You kept it
I love how all these young kids right now, they're like thinking they're like making up all these trends, and I'm like, no, girl. We wore that literally 20 years ago.
Yes. Like all you have to do is turn on Saved by the Bell and see like we had that first.
As a friends, how we were talking about Monica's outfits. When we were like rewatching them, everything I was like, I need that.
Oh yes.
Like I'm Googling that right now. Like what? It's fantastic.
We've been watching Tool Time.
Oh yes, Home Improvement.
Yes, Home Improvement. I always call it Tool Time. Why do I do that? And all of like Jill's outfits or like the boys' outfit. I mean, I don't know the boys' outfits, but I'm like,
but you want to buy them like for your kids?
Yeah,
100%. I know, so good, so good. Which that reminds me, because we talked about that when we were at our photo shoot. We didn't talk about our photo shoot, you guys.
Yes, that was fun.
Another reason that I'm like so grateful for you, because when you said that, like that hadn't even crossed my mind to do it together.
Oh yeah, together's always better.
That was the best.
Two heads are always better than one.
Yes, two heads are always better than one. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we did such a fun branding photo shoot with my sister-in-law, Heather Haney.
She was fantastic.
She is so wonderful. Yes, I can't wait to get our pictures back. I know, I'm just like excited. Like, and I feel like too, though, we always joke, Tierney and I, we always like end up buying the same thing or like showing up in a very similar outfit. Or like, oh my gosh, I was wearing that and then I changed. So like our outfits were very similar, but obviously like we were doing, like I was doing the podcast stuff and she was doing more fashion stuff. But it was like, it ended up being so perfect. So like I left feeling so like, you know, so sometimes you leave pictures, like family pictures and you're like, oh my gosh. Yes. Please bless that they looked good. Please bless.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, Jesus, take the wheel. Like I hope that they look good because we were sweating to death. Or we were like
yelling at each other.
And we were yelling at each other. And I'm like, just smile. It's not that hard. You know? But like I left that photo shoot, like that was good.
Yes.
Like that was so good.
It really was so
and
good.
even like our behind the scenes stuff, which I hope yours were okay.
They were fantastic.
Yours were amazing because you know what you're doing. But even just like the behind the stuff, I was like, these are going to be so good.
Yeah, they are going to be so good.
Chef's kiss. So good.
Which is another reason, like, I feel like is such a testament of why you need to put in effort to find, like, good friends.
Yes.
Like, I just feel like, because when you were saying it was just, like, better that we were together and it just, like, sparked me, and when you were talking about Bunko, I'm like, it really is, like, so important to have good friends.
Yeah,
and
totally.
But I feel like something we have done and all of our friends do is like put in the effort to do it, right?
100%.
Like planning the bunko. Like,
yes.
Planning the dinner. Like,
well, and that we like, I mean, everyone's dedicated.
Oh yeah.
Like it's the second Tuesday of every month. Like I don't know, and you don't miss it.
Yes.
Like,
and everyone's like putting in, right?
Yes.
Like you said, everyone's willing to help. It's not just this like one-way friendship or, you know, I don't know.
But so that does actually bring it. It's so funny that you say that because I was talking to a friend over the weekend and she came up to me. So I've been talking to her about the doing the podcast, and she also will be in at some point. She's a freaking rock star. But she said, I was thinking about your podcast and you need to do an episode about how to be a friend.
Oh, that's
literally what she said to me. And I'm like, really? And she was like, yes. She's like, I have watched you so many times, which thank you so much, Emily Emmerich. You're the best. But she was like, I've just watched you. And she's like, and you said something a few weeks ago when we were talking, just about basically like, I can talk to anyone and da-da-da-da. And she's like, that is a quality that is hard to teach. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like so honored that she said that, but it did. It's totally like ever since we started talking about it like 2 days ago, I have thought about it so much. Where it's like, you have to put in what you want to get out, you know, where I feel like so many women our age are like, hey, like I have no friends, or it's so hard to make friends, or it's this or that or the other. And I'm like, hey, but it's not if you're willing to put in the effort.
Absolutely. And
like go to your freaking neighbor. If you don't know them, go knock on their front door, take them some crumble cookies, and say like, "Hey, I'm Courtney. I live next door. Tell me about yourself.
Let's get together." Yes. And like we were talking about the other day, like you want to be invited to a party? Have a party.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Yes. All the time. They're like, I never get invited to anything. I'm like, well, do you invite them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know.
Totally.
I actually feel like I learned that the most when we went to Lubbock because it was my first time like being out of state, being completely alone where I literally didn't know anybody. And we're lucky like with our church because it's like all over the United States.
Yes.
So that
I
does
totally agree with you.
Built-in family.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You know, it still takes like effort to really like bring these friendships. But I at first was like people would be like, oh, can I get your number? Like so we can have a play date or whatever.
Yeah.
And literally in my mind, I was like, oh, like I need to play hard to get. Like I need like, and not that I like wanted to, but like I don't want to seem like the girl that's like, sure, I have nothing to do.
Totally.
You know, like
I 100%
absolutely, I'll be
you.
there.
Yes.
10 minutes early. Do you want me to bring you? Like
I'll do the entire lunch.
Yes.
I know, because sometimes I can be a lot.
But I had this like epiphany where I was like, no. They know I have nothing to do. Yeah. I just moved here. Totally. I'm 36 weeks pregnant and have a toddler. Like, they know I need someone, you know? And so I was like, yes. Like, I literally said yes to everything.
Everything.
And those weren't all my closest friends, but I got to know so many people. I, like, hosted things, right? Yes. I went out of my way to, you know, like, serve people, which is something we do in our church a lot. But I felt like it was some of the sweetest times because I was putting in so much effort into like making these connections and being a good friend and just trying to have friendships, but like family basically for us out there.
Because you didn't have anyone.
No. And my husband was in law school, so I didn't really have a husband, and he was fantastic.
Well, but, and at that point, too, I think you realized, you've said this to me before, you realized because you didn't have anyone and you were 36 weeks pregnant, that you're like, what am I going to do when I have this baby?
Oh,
like, we had no one to rely on.
Have I ever told you that story?
About when you went into labor in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Something?
Yeah.
I feel like somewhere along the line we have.
If we have time for it. I don't know. What is your...
I know. Where are we at here?
I don't know.
We probably should wrap it up. Yeah.
On next time.
Next time. Because she will be on again. She will be on again.
Yes.
But yes,
anyways.
I agree with you. Let's leave it on that note for today, you guys. If you want to have friends, you have to be a good friend.
You get
100%.
back what you put in.
Yes.
Yes. Right?
No, I totally agree.
I agree too.
So, just remember that. We're going to leave you with a thought today.
I love that. And...
Hey, but this is like we've literally talked around circle about 8,000 million things, and this is why I'm doing the podcast because I love it so much. So we'll see you next week. I hope you tune in. If you guys have any questions, please reach out on Instagram or I think even just in comments on YouTube. I'll put this on YouTube as well. The whole recording thing's a little bit new and different to me too. But we were talking about, we always get to wear cute outfits, you guys. There's a reason. When you do just audio on a podcast, you're not wearing cute outfits. Because you're like, nobody's going to see me. Yeah, I know.
Again, real life interactions.
It's going to be so good.
So good.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Well, thank you all.